Speak to the ANC Youth League, and this of course is ahead of even that announcement of the cabinet, the ANC party structure. They're urging the GNU to focus on issues that are critical to young people, such as unemployment, higher education, crime, as well as substance abuse, and also the league calling for the appointment of young people as ministers and deputy ministers. Let's speak now to Collen Malatji, president of the ANC Youth League. Mr. Malatji, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for holding. I know we had breaking news that also led to this particular delay. But let's just start with, of course, as the League, you're watching these developments around the government of national unity, the statement of intents, the different political parties and what they're saying. This afternoon, just as we were about to talk to you, the UDM saying that it's agreeing now to join the government of national unity. What do you say, would be the party's, the structure's reaction to this particular development?
Look, we are very excited as the ANC Youth League that more and more political parties are starting to see their vision. They're starting to come to join this government of national unity, which its main objective is to guard the interests of South Africans and build one nation that will be able to resolve all socio-economic problems that are facing our people. Now, it's the voters that have decided that we must have in this situation. The voters of South Africa did not vote for any political party to be a majority party. They voted the ANC as the largest party. And the ANC also made the call that everyone must come, is invited, this government of national unity. And the positive response we're getting is very exciting. It shows that at any difficult time, political leaders are able to put their political differences aside and build and put South Africans first.
And how important will it be, though, for them to speak in one voice? For example, the UDM is saying that, the statement of intent that we've seen in the public domain is merely a framework, and they're going to have a proper agreement where all the parties are going to be agreeing. And then you listen to, I'm sure you've heard some of what the other political parties have said, leading to, the public saying that they're confused about what exactly is going on here. So how important will it be for these parties sitting at the table to speak with one voice?
Look, it's a new relationship. When you enter into a new relationship, you are likely to have certain different views on approach. Because the last government of national unity, the ANC was a dominant political party, but now we've got many other parties that needs to play parts and play a role. And a national dialogue will also be convened to speak about the best way to run this country moving forward. I think ultimately, all these political parties will speak in uniform and will allow the president that have elected, President Ramaphosa, to lead them into a direction that we all believe it will be a direction that unites South Africans. But for now, the confusion will be cleared very soon. As and when new political parties enter, they also enter their own conditions, their own manifestos, their own policy positions. Now, those engagements must happen, but also situations are resolved by people. That's why political parties have got leaders, and people have voted for them to lead and take decisions. Some of the decisions, there will be certain compromise that will be reached so that the country moves forward.
And how important then will it be, especially because I was listening to that briefing that you heard, yesterday, that it's important for this government that is going to be formed to address the issues that are faced by millions of young people across the country. You think about the fact that, there's unemployment, there's substance abuse, a myriad of issues are facing young people currently. So how important is it going to be that this becomes one of their top priorities?
I went through manifestos of political parties. I think on the issue of high level of unemployment is everyone's concern, and we've given solution on it. The issue of drugs is everyone's concern. I think the restructuring of the economy is very important to benefit the majority of South Africans. We spoke about the reindustrialization of the South African economy to benefit the South Africans. Now we spoke about export quotas to benefit South Africans. Now those are areas that I believe a lot of these political parties will be in line, because there's no political party that wants its people of South Africa to be starving. Now the ANC will lead them into that direction, and I believe they'll support it fully.
So when now, because I was also listening to your call for the president to consider the appointment of young people as ministers and deputy ministers in his cabinet. And yesterday I was in conversation with the Veterans League president, who says that wait your turn as young people and use this opportunity to grow and learn. What do you say to that? And also coupled with that, what are you expecting the president to announce when he tells us who is going to form part of this GNU cabinet?
Look, we're clear that we've got educated, capable young people that we deploy. They've been learning, and they know what to do when they get there. And sometimes you need to be there to understand. As a former parliamentarian, I can tell you now that there is no university better than Parliament because of the responsibility I was given when I was there in Parliament. Now, sometimes it's a bit difficult sometimes for older people to accept that it's a time for the youth. The youth must determine their own future. And also, we're calling upon the political parties that will be joining the government of national unity that they must give younger people more responsibilities to play. Because I know the ANC will do that. The ANC cares about the youth. The ANC always cares about women representation, cares about youth representation. And we're calling upon the political parties that will be joining the GNU to do the same. But there's no time to wait. The youth is ready to take over. We're not going to postpone anything anymore. For the past 30 years, the elders have been in charge. It's time for us to take this country forward.
You talk about the ANC caring about representation, but yesterday the Women's League, through its Treasurer General, speaking to our reporter Samgele Masego, said they were not happy with the fact that they only have 2 female premiers across the country, and at the same time they're looking to see how many more women will form part of the cabinet, because they were saying to them this appears to be a step back.
Look, it's a bit of a step back from the progress it has been made in the past. We have wanted to see more women and youth also as premiers. And I think also the conditions we're finding ourselves in also find it difficult. But in a lot of these executives that have been appointed, we've seen a lot of women being appointed in many other provinces. We've seen where there's a premier that is a male. We've seen the speaker being female. Those are part of the interventions that we're trying to do to balance all of these issues. But we've also seen a lot of young MECs. There's never been a long time where almost 5 or 4 provinces have deployed young MECs as in the executive. We're calling for more on the province that have not announced, Gauteng and other provinces, Northern Cape. We're calling upon them to also do the same, follow suit, to deploy young people, so to give them the responsibility, because the future belongs to them. And we're saying that this must improve when it goes to the cabinet. We want to see more young people and women in the cabinet, and representation must reflect that, because the demographics of the country, that's what it reflects.
All right, I'm keen to hear your thoughts then when the cabinet is announced, to hear if you are satisfied as the young people, as you've made that call. But thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I know you have a meeting to get to, but we do appreciate your time. That was Collen Malatji, the president of the ANC Youth League.